The Room Next Door is out in theaters, new film from Pedro Almodovar. In fact, his first ever English language feature film. Stars Julianne Moore, Tilda Swinton, John Turturro, and Alessandro Nivola, and is based on a novel called What Are You Going Through by Sigrid Nunez. The story follows Ingrid, played by Julianne Moore, a novelist who is in New York. She's just published a book in which she attempts to deal with her fear of death. As she explains in the very first scene, she struggles to accept death of living things as a concept, as an idea. She learns her friend from years ago is also in New York. She's in a hospital for cancer treatment. She goes to visit. The friend's name is Martha. She's played by Tilda Swinton. And the two women reconnect and reminisce about the past. They spend time with each other. And then Martha's results come back. They're not good. The treatment is not working. And she decides to do away with herself, to buy a euthanasia pill online. And she asks Ingrid to assist her. To go together into a rented house in the wilderness, stay there for a few weeks, keep her company, and then be the one that finds her after the planned suicide. So the setup, I think, is very interesting. You have two characters with opposing philosophies. Oh, excuse me. You have two characters with opposing philosophies on death. One fears it and cannot accept it. The other one welcomes death with open arms. And they're both played by excellent actresses. And you put them together in a house, and you have the opportunity to have endless conversations on the subject, to lead the sort of ideological battle and see whether one of them convinces the other. But the result is a massive disappointment. It is a film that is boring, lifeless, feels very hollow, and at times stiff. I couldn't connect with it on any level. I found Ingrid's journey badly written and sort of wasted. It doesn't really seem like gradual growth and change, but rather a sudden turnaround at the very end. The flashback scenes with Martha's stories are so weird, especially the fire scene. It looks like cut from a cheap TV movie with bad actors and bad writing and bad direction. The dialogue overall feels strange because it is either 100% exposition, characters explaining what happened to them and how they feel about that and what emotions they're currently living through with no subtlety at all. Or it's cryptic, weird, waxing poetic about stuff that just flew right over my head. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Almodovar wrote the script in Spanish and then it was translated into English, and that's where something got lost. Maybe the same words, the same ideas, the same dialogue just doesn't sound as good in another language, because there is something off about the dialogue, that's for sure. I didn't buy it as sounding real. I also think the film is shot in a not very cinematic way. I mean, the images feel small and cramped and sort of boxed in, very uninspiring in terms of the looks. The one thing I did appreciate is the costumes and the color usage, which is kind of an Almodovar trademark. His characters tend to wear beautiful clothes, which have these intense colors that just pop out of the screen, are very comforting to look at. And this film is at least no exception in that regard. Everything else falls completely flat, I'm afraid. Or at least it did for me. Maybe it's a personal thing. Maybe others will connect with the movie more and appreciate it. I just couldn't. I found it a total drag and a whimpering, boring disappointment.